All right. Yeah, Saturday morning. I like that you like me. You got good taste. Oh, people, I don't even want to do this on Facebook anymore. I'm just going to tell these Facebook people, like, come on, like, just come over to YouTube. Like, it's annoying. Why don't you have YouTube? It's better. Everything's better. The sound's better. I'm tired of whatever. We'll go here for a little bit. But I think if you're on YouTube, you should just come over, baby. Sounds better. We rocking and rolling. Let's turn off the moderation. We don't need moderation, do we? Moderation activity. Boom. Oh, moderation activity will not be shown. Who's gonna show it? Oh man. What we're all ready for the holidays. What's up, people? What's up? I don't know. Why do I still do this on Facebook? There's no stars anymore. We raised a lot of money last weekend for Brenda's alcohol consumption, and she overconsumed, ruined my Machine Gun Kelly concert. But fret not. I'm not a man that dwells in the past. I'm a man that finds solutions for the future. So we booked a trip to Ireland, baby, to see him. Dublin, baby. I don't know where I want to put this. But like I don't I'm tired of looking at two screens. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the world's only pinball content creator that does not want to interview George Gomez right now. I just don't. I have no interest in interviewing George Gomez right now. I love George Gomez. I'm not impressed by any of their recent product. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to hear about how the sausage is made. I don't want to hear about all the challenges you face. It's garbage. It's garbage. The product is not there right now, and they know it. Star Wars is embarrassing. Walking Dead is another flop. So, like, I don't want to talk to you. Retro Django in the house. Drop ship, baby. Drop shipping these games. You guys on Facebook, why don't you just come over to YouTube, baby? Why don't you come over to YouTube? Come over to YouTube. Sad boy in the house, baby. Always does it. Imagine making a backwards compatible topper that's somehow worse than the original. The company is such an effing joke. Stern will pander to smooth brain normies until the end of time. Yeah, you're talking about the Walking Dead topper. I look. I think it's I think the picture of where pinball is going in the next couple of years is crystal clear. And Stern's always going to have the volume, the product like to inbox ready to go. The problem is this. YouTube is laggy right now. Is this laggy, guys? Is YouTube lagging for you guys? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Is this it's not lagging for me. Is it lagging for you? YouTube is fine. Everyone says it's fine. I don't know what you're talking about, Dan. Come on. Come on. Look, at least they got the Star Wars accessories. So we'll wait a few minutes, but I just want to say, like, I think the C3PO topper is just pretty trash. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on, let me share a screen on YouTube and let's look at this thing. Let's watch the video of Stern's accessories. YouTube, Stern Pinball. I mean, okay. I love accessories trailer. Okay, hold on. Let's share screen. Do.
From a galaxy far away to your game room.
Look at that.
We bring you the official Star Wars Fall of the
looks
Empire
so stupid up there.
pinball accessories.
His just floating head.
Command the galaxy right from
What's
the plunge
behind
with
him?
the Stormtrooper themed shooter knob.
These shooter knobs, and they
This
couldn't even
shooter
get the
knob
head. Look at
completes
that.
the look
Okay,
of your
Stern.
game.
You're filming this video, right? Is that really the position that the Stormtrooper's head should be in? Look at this. Wipe off your camera lens. Oh, hold on. Let me do this. Is that better? Is that better, people? Oh, it's kind of dark in here now. Okay, a little light. I can't read now. Hold on. You gotta increase the brightness. There we go. All right. Okay. Okay, so look at this, gang. Like, Don, come on the YouTube, baby. Come on to YouTube. Look at this shooter rod. Like, here's what I don't get. Like, it's not even centered. It's off to the side. And, this is your marketing material. I'm just tired of little Pez head dispensers being shooter rods. Right? So let's keep going here.
Knob completes the look of your game. For the premium edition, get immersed into the world of Star Wars with the Cabinet Expression lighting accessory. With 96 intelligent RGB LEDs, the Cabinet Expression lighting system enables full color spectrum control. Positioned in pockets cut into the cabinet sides to provide color-themed full playfield illumination, this integrated playfield lighting system is synchronized to custom light shows and is dynamically responsive to game events, while featuring exclusive Battle of Hoth hand-drawn artwork. For the Pro Edition, extend the Battle of Hoth theme beyond the playfield with the Star Wars Fall of the Empire Inside art blades.
Seriously.
These stunning art blades feature hand-drawn artwork depicting the iconic Battle of Hoth scene from The Empire Strikes Back. Protect your game with the TIE Fighter side armor. This dramatic side armor features laser-cut TIE fighters backed with reflective foil to enhance the look of your game.
Okay. Seriously. Seriously, this is what is this? Like, I just I just don't even understand, like, what happened, man. This is a company that used to make an effort, and this is just so lazy. Like, and I don't even like that this is Stern's new side armor strategy. It's just cheap. Instead of making like dynamic armor like Batman, right, that look like the Batmobile, instead of making armor that reflects the theme, the reason why this is just so cheap. It means they can just take black armor and either laser cut TIE fighters or Walking Dead heads or whatever the theme. Like, it's just looks so cheap. I know I'm nitpicking here, but man, it's like, what's going on at Stern? Like, what is happening? I wouldn't mind this stuff if the games were much cheaper. But look, they're expensive. Let's keep going. Let's get this topper.
Make your speakers stand out with the official Speaker Expression lighting system accessory for Pro and Premium editions. With intelligent RGB LED lighting, your speakers will light up and flash as you explore the galaxy.
They light up and flash.
And is fully integrated and dynamically responsive to game events.
Oh, thank heavens.
Oh, here we go.
Upgrade your gaming experience with the C-3PO-inspired topper.
I'm so glad to make your acquaintance.
This animatronic topper features C3PO with exclusive animations, callouts,
Might I suggest using the Force, my friend?
and RGB lights that
No,
react
you
to your
can't suggest
gameplay.
it. What's behind
This
him?
topper is compatible with Star Wars
What
Fall
is
of
all
the
that
Empire
behind him? I don't
and
understand.
the
Like, what?
2017 Star
It looks
Wars
so
game.
bad.
Well done.
Like, it's like they didn't have an
Owners
idea.
of
Like,
Star
what
Wars
is,
Fall of the Empire will have access.
like, what is that? Like, what is he in front of? Can someone answer me this? Like, what is C3PO in front of right here? What is that? Are those just like, those look like Imperial, I don't know, panels. Like, I don't, what, that looks like Darth Vader's chest or something. What is that? It's a control panel for the escape pods from the films. But why would he be floating in front of that? But I don't understand. Like, why would you have C3PO in front of that? It's supposed to be panels from that little room they're trapped in on the Death Star. It's just, but gang, like, my point is this. And why'd they put the Stern logo on the lights? You see that? Look at the light bar. Why did they put the Stern logo on that? Like it's so tacky. No, I just I don't really understand this stuff. Like, who's making the decisions over there? Like, let's put a logo on the light strip. And look at the light. The light strip looks so bad. Like, why do you want to see these LED lights? Just like, they don't. Stern like just doesn't get it. I don't like any like tic tac looking light strips like this. Like, they should be encased in something that doesn't make you feel like you're seeing the tic tacs of the LED panels. I mean, let's keep going.
Software experience in Star Wars Fall of the Empire, the Escape Bespin Challenge mode.
Well, this is the last time I'm visiting Bespin.
May the Force be with you and your Star Wars
never
Fall of the
visiting
Empire
Bespin.
pinball machine today at sternpinball.com.
The fact that they're like still branding Spike 3 as like a thing. Spike 3, baby. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Look, we all know Stern's next game needs to be like, wow. Like, right? Like, Pokemon needs to be boom. And I'm hearing it's not. I'm just hearing it's not. So you better get your Dune orders in by December 31st, or it's your last chance to get Dune new in box. Let's talk about that. What do you guys think, man? Did anyone order Dune this week after that announcement? I'm just curious. Let me just ask you guys. Anybody out here, both on Facebook or YouTube, has anybody ordered Dune after they said no more after December 31st orders? Anybody? No. Anyone? Come on. Somebody ordered it. Somebody fell victim to that. My Dune arrived this week. Somebody? Anybody? Bueller. I ordered a pizza, said Franchi. It's crazy as I see now that even Jaws LE is now lost $1,000. Look, I'm very worried about Stern just keeps like, it's like the market keeps telling Stern what direction they need to go in, and they refuse to go in it. Like, the market is basically saying, we don't think your games are worth this much money. And yet, what's their way out? Really, think about it. Kale Hernandez over at Electric Bat. He said something to me this week, and he was right. He's like Chris Kaneda. He's like, there's just too many games out there. There's just too many games out there. Like we don't need like a new expensive game every 4 months now. It's at the point now where everyone is just like inundated with like so many good games that what's like you just can't have like 8 new pinball machines a year just keep dropping. These are not video games at $80. And so now it's like I think everyone's going to just be pretty again, like the only way out is if they keep bringing newbies into the hobby that are willing to buy like every new thing that comes out. Let's talk about it. Look, I think that did you guys think I was too harsh on Barrels of Fun? I always feel like they tell me I'm too harsh on them. I guess the part I'm still confused about is how they said they were expanding their manufacturing capabilities and they were going to be ready to do 2 lines, and now that's not the case. Look, gang, I'm harsh on Dune, not as a game. I'm just harsh on Dune as being a theme that the community didn't want. And I think this is sometimes hard for, people to separate those two things. It's like that if they got the title of something that we wanted more, David would have sold all 1,000 pretty much right away. And that's it. That's it. I think that people just didn't want the theme. I love the new games. I have 4. It makes no sense to sell one of my games to lose again. Anthony, you're right. Dude, I just think but no, that makes no sense. Nobody wanted Winchester, but it sold out instantly. Brother, they absolutely wanted it. That's why it sold out instantly. I absolutely people wanted a haunted house game that was a world under glass, and they got it, and it sold out. So you can't say nobody wanted it. It wasn't on anyone's radar, sure, but people wanted it. No. Okay, so nobody asked for it is different than no one wants a haunted house themed pinball machine. It's not about the theme, it's about the launch. Dune had a bad launch. Now it has sold. Well, whose fault is that? Let me ask you guys that question. Whose fault is the bad Dune launch on? Why did it have a bad launch? Why did it have a bad launch? Why would you work on something for so long and then you control the launch? Why did you launch it poorly? There is no excuse for a game having a poor launch when the manufacturer can control that launch. See, the real secret, gang, the real reality is blame bad launch on license. It wasn't licensing, gang. The thing is this. I did not hear from David after my last show. The thing is I think these companies, whenever they do things poorly or like launch prematurely, it's all one thing only. It's all one thing only. It's all a cash flow issue. And they can't admit it. They won't. There would be no reason to do it unless you needed the cash. There's no reason. If you're cash flush and you don't need to rush out a game and you have more time to bake it and more time to do the code and more time to get the launch where you want to, and also like not launch it on top of everything else. They were worried about, remember, you guys need to remember this, they were worried about Harry Potter and they were worried about King Kong. And they should have let those 2 games come out because then there was that nice window where nothing was out and they should have launched then. gang. Anyway, like, look. I just think Winchester is now the focus of the organization. And the next game, well, okay, let's ask this question. Do you think the game after Winchester is Never Ending Story? Do you guys want a Never Ending Story pinball machine? Anyone want Never Ending Story? Someone has to want it. See, like this is I oh man. Nobody wants Never Ending Story. One guy. They're selling one. Yeah, look, I don't think people want Never Ending Story. Goonies is different. Gremlins is different. Tux wants one. Yeah. I mean, we definitely need well, look, Akira would be amazing. These companies, you know how easy, you know how fast 500 Akira pinball machines would sell? Like legit. If you put Neo Tokyo under glass and got the Akira license and the movie and the soundtrack and Akira would sell like no tomorrow, man. Again, but don't take my word for it. What do I know? Let's make Never Ending Story. David Van Ness Vegemite pinball. Well, you know Beavis and Butthead, Stern passed on making it. Now you guys are like out of your mind. You have no idea. You have no idea. Akira would sell 10 units. You think Akira would be a slow seller? You guys don't get it. You don't get it. Somebody make it and test my hypothesis. Anyway, I want to just say this, gang. Like, I am so happy for each and every one of us. I am so psyched for the pinball community because it is a buyer's market. It is a buyer's market like there has never been a buyer's market in pinball. The prices are crashing back down, gang. Crashing back down. Remember when like Munsters LE was going for like 16, 17,000 during COVID? A guy's got one like 9,000. Crashing down. Jaws LE 12 with no plays on it. Crashing down. It's going to be so funny to watch what happens. And again, I think stuff like, you know, Harry Potter is going to be the new benchmark for a lot of people's collections. Potter shoots amazingly well. It's freaking Harry Potter, and it's a work of art. You know, when you walk into someone's house and you see Potter pinball, and then you walk over and you see Stir machines look like, dude, they look like they cost a third of the price. That's the problem, you know, and now that Potter shoots great and it's just a really rewarding pinball shooting experience. How are you going to like have a Harry Potter in your house and then walk over to like The Walking Dead and be like, yeah, man, these are the same price? How are you going to do it? You know, look, it's so true, man. I remember when COVID hit. Remember, like we weren't going out, we weren't eating out, we weren't traveling. I remember basically having like no credit card bill for like months. Every paycheck, bank. Now, I feel like every time I open up my Chase account, it's like $2,000-$3,000 on something. I don't know what I do. I bought a pair of socks, $3,000. You know, had a couple glasses of wine, $800. Like that's how it is in the world today. Potter's amazing. Potter's amazing. Absolute amazing game. And you know, I if it wasn't for is Akira's music even good? Hold on a second. We're gonna do something right now. You guys like really don't get it. You're telling me that this wouldn't be one of the most epic moments in pinball. Oh my God, you guys like don't get it. On Facebook, guys, come over to YouTube, man. We're gonna watch this. I'm gonna make you guys watch this. And you tell me, as a pinball experience, this wouldn't be amazing.
If my goal was to lose my
God,
embarrassing gut and get ripped and I didn't have a lot of time, I'd do these two things. First,
I customized that bike myself. It's wild. You couldn't handle it.
I don't see how you can ride something crazy like that,
Kaneda
man.
music good or Akira music? Listen to this.
I could. If you want it so bad, then steal one yourself.
Look at this. Imagine Neo Tokyo. This whole Neo Tokyo world under glass. Look at that. You'd have holograms. Imagine this under glass. You could have the lights streaming with the LEDs on the bike.
Unbelievable.
Hey, waiter, where are you going?
Only 4 frames per second. You gotta remember that. This is illustrated. Everything is illustrated. This is 1986. Every single frame is illustrated. The music is trash. You guys are literally like crapping on what is considered one of the greatest orchestrations ever. This looks worse than I thought it would. Dude, this is held up as one of the greatest pieces of artwork of all time. Watching Kaneda come. A single cell from this bike team will sell for $100,000. A single cell. It's one of those. Oh, why is that? Why would someone pay $100,000 for a single cell? You guys need to get cultured, baby. Never heard of Akira? This is the scene. This is the iconic slide. There it is. Anyway.
This unit 370.
You know, look, I can't make you guys cultured, but I can guarantee you Akira would sell easily. Anyway, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Kaz, you'd rather have Barrio's barbecue? Ever go to the casino? That's the market for an Akira pin. Anyway, well, Blade Runner is just not gonna happen because you can't get Harrison Ford. But I know that like Blade Runner license, I believe Dutch has it or Melvin has it. I know that I think Barrows was trying to get it from them, but you know the problem is Harrison Ford. The you know, I do think that Barrows is probably working on that Pinball Circus game, and can we talk about Spooky Pinball has 4 titles on the line at once? 4. They have 4 titles on the line at once. Four. I mean, that's impressive. See, Frenchie gets it. Frenchie, I'm glad you Frenchie as an artist. See, Frenchie knows the cultural impact Akira had, and he understands as an artist what Akira stands for. And Frenchie, these guys don't get it. And what's sad is like the amount of you that said I've never seen it. So go watch it. Go watch it and understand why it has such significance culturally. Go watch K-pop Demon Hunters if you haven't seen it. The amount of like curmudgeonry in pinball is amazing to me. It's like you guys like won't listen to an MGK album if you hear it's amazing. You won't go watch Akira. You just want to be stuck listening to what? Ozzy Osbourne every day? You are too harsh on Barrels of Fun. They're a small new company compared to Spooky. Look, gang, I am simply just trying to hold Barrels of Fun to the things they say. That's it. That's it. If David says they're expanding to have 2 lines and then they don't do that, look, I just let me be candid here. I just want people to do what's smart. Like rushing Dune out and having a bad launch wasn't smart. Picking Dune as a theme versus the stuff Brian Savage is connected to wasn't smart. Taking pre-orders on a topper that's not going to be finished for 8 months, that's not smart. Has anyone else done that ever? Like if it's not a cash flow issue, why would you not just finish the topper before you take orders? That's my only thing, gang. It's my only thing. And I'm friends with those guys over at Barrels. I want them to be successful. But sometimes I'm like, come on, guys. Come on, just get it together a little bit more, man. Look, I'm going to say this right now. And I've said this. I've said this before. I would rather have a Dune than a Star Wars. I would rather have a Dune than an Uncanny X-Men. I'd rather have a Dune than a Walking Dead. I actually, when you stand over the Dune with the new Translite, it's a gorgeous machine. It's a gorgeous machine. And it's got the assets. It's got the music from the film. It's got, it's a very beautiful atmospheric game. I've always said that. But what makes me so like upset with them, I mean this, they never found a compelling way to introduce the game. They never showed the game in its proper light the way it should have been shown. And that's it. And look, gang, I'm not the first person to say you only get one chance to make a first impression. That's the problem. Like that phrase is true. And if you know that is like rule number 1 of marketing, you get one chance to make a first impression. If you put a bad taste in people's mouth, the odds of like winning people over is much harder. So instead of like once you flop the launch, now you got like 9 months of like, and you couldn't even sell half the allocation. Look, I absolutely think, Dune is a great pickup for people. I think you'll be able to get one for like, 9,500, 10. The one thing I think Barrels needs to work on is that they need to get rid of the Tic Tac lighting system on the sides. I think it completely ruins the atmospheric vibe they're going for with games like Dune. You know what I'm saying? Because like they've got this very beautiful organic world of Dune, and then those tic tac expression lights. They to me they really mess up the atmosphere. They feel very foreign and digital. Like they just feel the opposite of what you want. And I think once they solve that, I know they can. I think Melvin's trying to give David what he has in Alice. Because if you look at Alice, the lighting is much more seamless and integrated. Beautiful. You see them, man. You see them. No, you see them. You see them. It's an easy fix. It's an easy fix. Tux. I'd buy a Nightmare Before Xmas. Yeah. Well, yeah, of course. 0 stars, man. I'm telling you, Facebook guys, I'm about to just pull the plug on Facebook. I don't know, man. I don't know, guys. Just come over to YouTube. Come over to YouTube. It's that's where the party is. I mean, you're only hanging with 20 people. We have 111 on YouTube. We have such a more interesting chat going. We got Franchi in the house. Can you please share your Back to the Future info you're talking about the other day? I don't know if this is true or not. So like I've got to get some confirmation on it. But what I'm hearing is there will most likely be, we'll see. All this is still up in the air. So don't kill me if it doesn't happen this way. There will most likely be 88 super limited edition games, but there will most likely be 88 for the European market and then 88 SLEs for the US market. And that's it. I think it's a smart move. I think it is a smart move. I think obviously they can make a lot more, but having, 88 single coin door and 88 double coin door. But we'll see what happens. I mean, none of it is they've got time to figure all that stuff out. I know now, I know people that have seen the game, and I think there's what's a joke? Kaneda sucks at pinball. I'm not bad at pinball, gang. I'm not great, but I can play pinball. Like it's funny to me when people are like, "You suck at pinball." I mean, come on. I mean, I'm at the stage now where I've been playing this damn game for 15 years now. I can get through a game. Well, look, I think that the manufacturing. Let's talk about Dutch. I think what worries everybody, and I'm in the same camp as all of you. All I can go off of is the information I know, and I think what Barry's planning to do is obviously hire more people to amp up production of Back to the Future, right? So he's got the DPX building, he's got the DP building. I think right now, Alice is not the Alice can't even make. They didn't even make like 350 Alice's in a year. Okay, so like, but that is because he didn't bring on more people. I worry that if they only made 350 Alice's in a year, and they're going to finish that run, that's going to take them well into like early 2026. And then Raza, because Back to the Future is not ready. Like Barry is holding on thanks to Melvin's buffer, if you will. And I just worry about what happens then when you take orders and you get 5,000 orders and you're making 15 games a week at best. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how if he's going to get that up. If I don't know what the solve is, other than charge a lot of money to minimize the demand and make high margin on the game. Uh, 100%. People could be waiting years for Back to the Future. But I think Barry's okay with that. I do. I think in his head, he's okay with just making Back to the Future for the next 5 years, and that's it. Personally, I would get a little bored of that. I wouldn't want to only make the same game for 5 years. I would want to have more creative products in culture and in the market. But what are you going to do? I mean, this is the he's got this juggernaut, and it's going to keep the line going forever. Will customers be okay with giving them 2K and waiting 5 years? Yeah, because you know why, JC? Because customers gave him money for Big Lebowski and waited 7 years. So I think they will. Okay, so we got a question here. My invoice for Alice is due. The tariff added an extra 1,100 on top of that. I'm on the fence if it's worth it. I mean, I guess the first question is, do you want a Back to the Future? Because if you don't want a Back to the Future, then I think it doesn't make much sense maybe to stay in on your Alice. I think the real golden goose is that you get Back to the Future spots first. In order to make it for 5 years, you would have to do a great launch. No, gang, Back to the Future is Back to the Future doesn't need a launch. Back to the Future launched when way back in 85, 86. Back to the Future launched when the movie came out. It doesn't matter what they do. They're gonna have enough of everything you want. It's gonna sell like insanity. It has Michael J. Fox, it has Christopher Lloyd, it has everybody in it. They have all the assets, they have everything you need. Michael J. Fox is on board. It's got Franchian artwork. It's a freaking no-brainer. Yeah, it's stupid. I mean, Frenchie's seen the game. You can ask him about it. Oh, JC, what are you saying, man? JC, are you Zach Manny? Look at what he just wrote. They're gonna have to work with a very trusted distributor, like flipping out if they're gonna. What are you talking about, bro? What do you mean? Like, you think CoinTaker is gonna steal people's money or automate it? I've never heard such a silly thing. Like, you're gonna have to work. Flipping out is not getting any Back to the Futures. Zach knows that. He's not getting any. I mean, he can buy them from. He'd have to like buy them from Melissa, but he's not getting any allocated to him from Dutch Pinball. So like, they're gonna have to work with, like, look, Flipping Out does a great job with their customers, but he's just not getting the title. And that wasn't my decision. That's been the decision of Dutch Pinball. Also, like, come on, gang. It's like, the money to save Dutch was invested by Melissa at CoinTaker. Why would you need 2 distributors in America for this product? Why? You don't. Have you tried to get CoinTaker to answer an email? JC, let me tell you something right now. I don't know why it takes them a long time, but they pick up the phone. Every time I call them, they pick up the phone. Why don't you just call them? Okay? They're there every day. Have you called them? Come on, everybody. Melissa answers my calls every time. Yeah, there is no Dutch without coin taker. Let me tell you right now, I think Kaneda might have some Back to the Future SLEs for you guys to grab. How about that? How about that? Kaneda coming, baby. Kaneda coming. Kaneda coming, baby. I'm gonna do a little dealing, guys. I've already said this to you. I'm gonna do a little dealing. The first 5 games I'm gonna deal to my club members are known as Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. What if you're able to buy them? All right. Well, maybe I can help CoinTaker with their customer service a little bit. How about that? I'll get you. I'll respond to all your emails. Look, I agree. There's no excuse not to get an email response. It's not like these people are getting thousands of emails a day. Where are the 5 allocations for Beetlejuice? Well, we're getting games 501 through 505. But I haven't opened up your ability to get them yet. Are you guys? Don't worry. Don't worry. They're going to Kaneda Club members. No, it's not going to just be like first come, first serve when there's only 5. We're going to have to figure out a fair way to give someone the privilege to get one at MSRP. But, you know, I mean, I wanted to just auction off one to give everybody a chance, and everybody just went crazy. You guys, like, literally, you went nuts on me. Like, it's incredible. Fizzy, what's up, brother? You know what I'm getting a sense here. Like, some people, Melissa's great. Some people, they need the help on their I will say this. This is all good feedback for them, and I think I'm going to talk to them about this as well, because I think one of the things that you should never have is this level of inconsistency with your customer service. I agree with you guys. I'm not going to sit here. If you've had a bad experience with a distributor and they didn't get back to your emails, or you felt like they didn't take care of you the way you want it, I will never be like, you're the problem. No, the customer is always right. And the distributors and dealers have a responsibility to make sure their customers are happy. I mean, it's just that simple. And if you've had a bad experience, there's a lot of other customers out there. Yeah, I mean, I think Chris and Melissa are awesome. I mean, personally, I've had nothing but great interactions with them. I think they're incredible people. And, I think if you didn't get a response from your email and then you called them and they didn't respond, I would just say, look, be a little resourceful in trying to get an answer. I do tend to think that maybe sometimes they don't respond to emails on things they don't have answers to yet, and they don't want to say stuff, but they should still respond. Like, I'm also guilty of this at times where I have a few emails waiting in my Patreon and I didn't get back to people. And then I'm like, oh man, that's not my style. But I'm not always paying attention to that because I'm usually just in the chat. Yeah. Frenchie's a good judge of character. No, and Chris is just like a big teddy bear, right? I mean, come on. Yeah. No, so, it's going to be fun what's coming down the pipeline. Did anybody Did anyone watch the 3-hour George Gomez interview? I just I love George. I just don't need 3 hours of anybody in pinball being interviewed. I just don't, look, I think George is doing a little bit of a damage control tour right now. And it's not even George I want to hear from. I kind of think Seth is the one people need to interview. It was at Jamie Bushnell's pinball show, JBS, the Jamie Bushnell show, or whatever he calls it. The round table with Kale and Ralph. In my opinion right now, I just think that it's gotten to the point where the product needs to do the talking. And I don't want to hear from George about this issue or how putting flat plastics and making the product cheaper helps with the margins, and that means they're being business savvy. Like, I just don't need to constantly hear why the product is worse today than it was 4 or 5 years ago. I mean, I think that's the only way I can look at this company is Star Wars is much worse than Godzilla, and it costs more, and it's got your new platform. I don't see Spike 3's enhancements. I don't see the value in their modern products. I think their accessory lines are overpriced and lazy, and I think they are like trying to sell a product at a price that the product doesn't deliver at that price. And that's it for me. I mean, until I'm waiting for them to blow me away, but I think they passed on too many nostalgic themes. I think Jody and whoever was doing the licensing for them completely missed the mark. And I think they're really struggling. Yeah, but like Jaws 50th, okay, it is a great pin, but it's it's another game that kind of still chips away at Stern, just continues to burn its own customers. Like the Jaws 50th is the one to have over the LE, right? They had now you've got 2 special edition Jaws machines. And I'm just so tired of them like burning their LE buyers, and they did it again. Well, I think Jaws is currently ranked. No, don't get the Star Wars topper. Don't even get Star Wars. Like if you bought Fall of the Empire, I don't know why you bought it. Why would you buy this game? Unless you got a huge discount on one, what you need your head examined. I think Jaws and Godzilla are, Stern's 2 best modern games in the last like 4 or 5 years for sure. And again, like both of them they have all the assets, they have everything you want. Well, I whenever people ask me like what Stern should I buy this year, I always say Jaws 50th. To me, that's the one to get. I don't think Stern LEs even mean anything anymore. I just really don't. So Tuck said he sold his Jaws after 100 games. Tux, are you a fan of the Jaws movie, though? I mean, Elvira is the game where there's just like so many versions of it that you can't even like get your head around like which one is the one to have. The Spike 3 cabinet with the crappy corners and the brackets is better. Yeah, the Jaws software is incredible. Like they nailed it. Can you wait until spring to get Jaws 50th, or would you buy now? Risk of sellout. I mean, that's a good question. The next cornerstone, Eric, is Pokemon. Here's my thing on Jaws 50th. I don't think they're look, it to me it's a question of let me look real quick what if anyone's selling one for used, because I really don't see them pop up often used. And I think the most. So Melissa just wrote on Facebook, please call me if you do not get a response via email. I try to get answered, but if you don't hear back, maybe I did. Let's see. Maybe I didn't receive it. I'm not saying I have never missed emails, because I have, but please call. It's the best way to get in touch. Yeah, super simple. Thank you, Melissa. You see what I'm saying? It's like, people, Chris and Melissa are the best. And I'm the same way as Melissa. Like, I miss stuff on Teams chats, on emails. I have like 79,000 unread emails at my job. I always tell people, just text me. It's my preferred method of communication. All right. All right, hold on. Let's see. Let's do Jaws 50th. I'm in Pinside Marketplace. Jaws 50th anniversary premium. All right, here we go. All right. So here's one in box, $93.99. Let's see. Is that a LE? Let's see. Let me share a screen with you guys so you can see what I see right now. All right. So what it was, what, 9,500, right? So here's one in a box you could probably get for $9. Let's go. I think this is an LE. This guy has it as 50th premium. What? Customer? Oh, no. It is a 50th. Wow. He who would do this? Why would you take the Jaws 50th red armor and put custom? Why would you do this? Why would you try to make it look like an LE? I don't. Hold on. Let's go back. Oh my God, this is so funny. Look at this one. Jaws 50th with Jaws LE playfield. You know why that is? You know why that is? I'll tell you why that is. I'll tell you what this guy did. What he did was, he loves Jaws so much, he has the LE, that this guy bought the 50th to swap in the nicer playfield into his LE and then put his LE. And why would anybody buy this? Like, and that's why he's only asking 8,000. Yeah, that's so funny. I wouldn't want it. Why? I wouldn't want it. I wouldn't buy that. That's just such a weird Frankenstein game now. Like, to me, it would always distract me having that. Says sale pending at 8. I mean, that's so basically he swapped playfields for $1,500. Yeah, JJP's tech support is great. I'm going to be seeing some of my friends at JJP over the next couple of days, in a few days, and I'm excited. Any questions you want me to ask of JJP leadership, gang? Anything you want me to ask? Nothing? Yeah, I mean, look, I've had times where I've had some issues with my game, and like Eric will call me up, Eric Minier, like right away. And I always found that to be kind of incredible. Yeah, I think Sonic will be Steve's best game. Will they bring back The Scramp? What's that? Sonic is based on the video game, not the movies. I already know that for a fact. Arcade edition for Sonic. Okay, I can ask that. More songs for Elton. When are they going to release their Insider equivalent? Tell them to keep the great games coming. Sonic over Pokemon. So when I talked to them last, and we were having some 21-year-old Japanese whiskey, and this gentleman looks at me and he's like, Chris, I just saw Steve's latest, and it's his goat. And just the beaming smile on his face. And I was like, well, do you care if I tell people he's Sonic? He's like, I don't care. Like, it's going to sell like crazy. All right. Cool beans. I always say this. There's never a bad time to release a great game with that's a great theme. There's never a good time to release a bad game. How is JJP FEC setup selling? What is that? What's FEC? Well, I don't think JJP has any I don't know. I think you guys, the insider connected stuff, I don't think there's like an urgency to Family Entertainment Center. Is that like the redemption ticket accessory that I'm sure Jack talked them into that it makes no sense? Yeah. I love Jack, but some of his ideas are so like 89. Like, gang, I don't think they care about that. Michael, what's up, brother? Come join us. YouTube, Facebook. I love Jack, but man, he's got some bad ideas when it comes to modern marketing of his product. You don't think Sonic's going to sell on theme alone? I think you're wrong. I don't like, it's not just theme alone. I think it's going to sell because it's going to be Steve Ritchie's coolest pin. Like, I think you're wrong, man. Like, I think Sonic is a pinball, bro. He's more of a pinball than Mario is. The pop bumpers, the speed, the loop-de-loops. It's like literally pinball in video game format. Did you see the spooky light upgrade? Yeah. The strip of lights in the back of the game for like $89. Yeah, I saw it. I'm not in love with the light strip back there. It's in Predator. It's like staring you right in the face. Again, like, I think you can have better GI lighting in a game and not have a dark game. Like, I think Evil Dead's like really dark for people. I think you can figure out a way to have better GI instead of that. To me, that's a little like, it's a little jarring to have that light strip facing the player. So Anthony said, I have a Data East Star Wars, not one dimple on the playfield. Why can't we get better playfields? Yeah, but here's the thing, Anthony. I bet the clear coat on your Star Wars DE is there's probably like no real clear. It's just kind of rougher art. The surface. Run your hand over a Data East game and there's no dimples, but there's no clear. Like, what's dimpling is the thick clear coat. It's not the wood dimpling. It's the clear. Bro, the Kong topper is half cool. The light on Kong is almost non-existent. I still see people being like, Kong is amazing. Kong, 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 Kong. Dude, great. I have friends picking up Kong LEs now for like $9. It's great. I'm glad another Stern LE that lost $4,000 in value is giving people excitement. I'm sure Kong is awesome. Then why don't people then Juicy? Then why is it tanking in value? This is my question. Let's stay on Juicy's. If Kong is awesome, why is it tanking in value? Let's just stay on this topic. Let's just unpack this. If Kong is so good, why is it tanking in value? Why haven't the sales been amazing? What happened? What happened? Kong is not selling great. You know, no, but the problem, gang, is when Stern's value proposition, their 3-tiered model. I think this is what people don't get about marketing. The value of all of their models is contingent on the LE holding value. You know what I'm saying? Like if the LE doesn't hold value, it doesn't stabilize the premiums and the pros. And once it's like a house of cards. Once that LE starts crashing down, it's slamming the demand for the other two down as well. And this is what, Stern geniusly implemented this 3-tiered model so many years ago. And they also stupidly destroyed their own model. Like it had to be the dumbest move ever for them to not take care of their own business model of value. Right? It's not even about the games. It's like if we don't hold this up here, the rest of it sinks. And that's it. When the LE comes crashing down, it crashes through people's demand to even own, because that's the thing. Like as buyers, like again, you'd have to be an idiot or just so rich that you would spend $13,000 on something that will be $9,000 in 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Like you just have to be an idiot. And last time I checked, like rich people don't become rich because they idiotically overpay for everything. And that's the thing is now Stern's entire sort of the optics around all of their 3-tiered model is that new in-box prices of these games is an idiotic purchase. And if you buy at these prices, you are absolutely going to get hosed. And if you had just waited, you can get such a better price on all of it. And the thing is Kong came out and it did have like a rainbow puke playfield. All the art looked the same on every model. Like they didn't differentiate enough. And then instantly it's like, well, I don't want to take the risk. I don't want to take the financial risk. No one was saying the game wasn't fun, but I don't want to lose this much money. And this is the part that Stern Pinball has not had to deal with. They have not had to deal with like catastrophic secondhand value losses that they've been handing their customers now for 5 years. Ever since they went to $15,000, it's been like 4 years now. Ever since they went to $13,000, but you fully accessorize a Stern LE, you're at $15,000. Let's not pretend you're not. Ever since they handed the catastrophic loss in price to their own top of these are the creme de la creme, like buyers. I mean, imagine getting first class plane tickets and your food sucks. Like and people back in coach are actually getting a better experience. The Stern Pro is holding value better than the LE. That was never the case. The fact that they still can't figure this out, the fact that they still can't figure out that we have a problem, Houston, if our cheapest product is holding better value than our most expensive product. How do they not get that? And they've still not figured it out. Okay, let's read this guy. Perfect day. Bro, you're not wrong, but you are seriously looking at the pinball market like a commodity and trading market. You are a smart guy, but you completely missed the mark. These are leisure products. Yeah, but okay, perfect day. No, perfect day. How long have you been in pinball? How long have you been in this hobby? Because I can tell by your response, you've only been in this hobby probably the last like 3-4 years. You have not been in this hobby for 12 years. Because people need cars. Cars are a necessity. Tell me how long you've been in this hobby. Don't tell me how many years don't tell me not 12. How many years have you been studying the pinball market? 2 years. This proves my point. I love that you were like hesitant to say, because you knew I was going to make fun of you a little bit. You don't know anything about the pinball market. For the majority of like people here, these were not games. These were not games that were like leisure items that had heavy depreciation. The only reason pinball is where it's at today is that you didn't lose a lot of money. In fact, if you bought every Stern LE from like 2016 to 2021, you made money, bro, because the supply did not reach the demand. So like, yeah, so cool. But Stern can't survive if people look at their products like commoditized cars that are going to depreciate significantly. You do understand this, right? That I need my car. Do you need another pinball machine? Do you need to lose $4,000 buying the next Stern LE? You obsess too much on the commodity and trading side of things. Bro, you've only been in this hobby for 2 years, man. I've been doing this show for 12. This is what I talk about. I talk about the pinball community and the pinball market, and I talk about how these products are putting a world. Dude, what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about how to get to the wizard mode? You want to talk about the sound when you hit the spinner, when you're ripping them spinners? I talk exactly about the stuff that's actually entertaining and exciting to talk about every week. There are 20 other content creators that will put you to sleep talking about how much they love figuring out the rule sets and going to tournaments, playing in leagues, winning translats. You're not coming in with fresh eyes. You're coming in with no perspective. Look, bro, I've been where you are. When I started collecting arcade machines at the beginning, I was like you, man. I didn't know what I should be buying. I didn't know what things were worth. And I got absolutely taken advantage of. And my point is this, Perfect Day 1313. Stern is taking advantage now of its loyal customer base by charging this much, by handing them significant, like they've ripped off their own customers. They are charging the scalping price out of the box, bro. You're paying $4,000 for a cardboard box now. And once I learned in the arcade, when I got into arcade collecting, you remember the guy like Richie Knuckles, man? Like he was selling me like a Tron that wasn't even in good condition for like $5,000. And because I didn't care, man. To me, I was like, $5,000, that's nothing. It's my childhood. I grew up with this machine. And I was overpaying. And then when I told people what I paid, they're like, bro, you overpaid by like twice. And so when we see these games now, it's like, bro, $13,000, $14,600 for a Star Wars with the topper. It's stupid. It's like that's what Batman SLE was, with way more in it. And we complained about it then. The problem with all of it, the problem with all the newbies now, I'll tell you what the problem is every time you rush and buy, you're just making it worse for yourselves. And you're all going to get burned. I mean, you could see it now already. Like all the newbies who came in 2-3 years ago and they bought up everything, whether you're just a content creator or a normal buyer, you're all like, you're not ready for what's about to hit you if you want to move games out and move new ones in. You're absolutely going to get destroyed. And you're like, oh man, shoot, maybe I should have waited. Maybe I should have like not ran and got that game. Look, and that's what's fun, bro. It's fun because I can entertain you for 90 minutes. This is more entertaining than any damn pinball machine. It just is. Going to a concert's better than any pinball machine. Eating omakase, better than any pinball machine. Going in my Dodge Demon, better than any pinball experience. Like, I love playing pinball. It's fun. It's fun. But, hey, man, it's not worth $13,000. It's not worth $15,000. You guys all know this. It is to me, man. It's not, because there were better games for $5,000 10 years ago. And those games 10 years ago that were $5,000, they're still amazing today. Like, pinball hasn't, like, dramatically advanced. It just hasn't. And I know that, like, yeah, there's some nice new features and the screen's nice and this and that, but man, the experience and the amount of excuses these people make now like, look at Star Wars in 2025 and look at the Addams Family in 1995, bro. Just think about that for a minute. Look at Star Wars, 13 grand. When Addams Family came out, it was like $2,000, bro. What kills me is the lack of real value going into these games. They've taken everything out. They've replaced like mechs with flow and art, and then they charge you so much money. And then what? You get a game where there's one mech, and that's why Beetlejuice crushed. Look at Beetlejuice, man. A sculpted world under glass, bro, for 10 grand. Every time I go back and look at Beetlejuice, the artwork by Franchi, the mechanisms in it, the sculpts, no flat plastics here, bro. I look at Star Wars next to Beetlejuice, and this is a joke. This is a joke. And they built that in a barn in Benton, Wisconsin. And Stern's got this ginormous factory with 600 or 450, 500 employees. They can't build a better game than a few dudes down in Benton, Wisconsin. There's more people that work at Stern than I think even live in Benton, Wisconsin. So it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Now, what's really embarrassing is that normally when you get these like bespoke boutique, efforts, they charge you twice as much as the mass-produced company. And that's the part that's embarrassing for Stern. We're charging 30% more for Star Wars LE than Beetlejuice cost. And we're the mass-produced commodity. And they're the passion-driven boutique bespoke product. Did you guys not, like, that is embarrassing. And I know George doesn't care because he's like, I do more in a week than they do in a year. Yeah, but George, what George doesn't get is the market is oversaturated. There's too many games out there. This is not going to last much longer. I would be shocked if they can successfully make it Stern 2 more years the way they're going. Shocked. You can't. And Carrie asked, are there 15,000 games? Yeah. What Carrie should have asked is more of the real question. Is it true that you have 3,000 Venoms and John Wicks in boxes? Which is, they do. 3,000, bro. Where are those games going to go? Millions of dollars in inventory. Yeah, I don't care about the size of the company. No, they made every mistake a company could make. The last 4 years, they made every marketing mistake a company can make. And you know what I'm saying? When you make those mistakes and then you don't pivot, you don't course correct. They haven't done anything to course correct. What have they done? Look, I love Stern machines when they were the right price. And I think they're laughably overpriced. Gang, it's 3 Stern LEs or my Toyota GR86. Just think about that for a minute. 3 Stern LEs or my Toyota GR86. Stupid. 3 Stern LEs used to be like 18,000. Not 35,000. 40,000 with accessories. Stupid. 3 Stern LEs with accessories are closer to $45,000 now. When they don't want you to talk like that, Kaneda. They don't want you to say. How can you say that? You don't see $45,000 in value in 3 fully accessorized Stern LEs? Hector, what's up, brother? Will JJP make a 30th anniversary Harry Potter in 2 years? No. I mean, I don't know for sure, but I will tell them when I have dinner with them this weekend, don't do that. They don't need to do that. They don't need to do that. That's a bad move. George's. Let me be honest. George didn't. No, what George denied, and you got to be very careful with the wording here. George denied that there's 15,000 games in. That's what Kerry asked him. Are there 15,000 games in storage? The real question is, George, are there? Here's what I heard: that there are like 3,000 Wicks and Venoms in storage that Stern is paying $15 a game on, to which I'm hearing they're spending $50,000 a month in storage fees to hold the games. That's what I heard. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But it's really come on, gang. You think they sold Mike, thank you, brother. I like that. Looking good. Someone who bought an Elton John, Avatar, and Godfather probably lost way more than someone who bought a Jaws, Metallica, and Kong. First of all, I don't think anybody bought EJ, Avatar, and Godfather. I don't. And yeah, Godfather was one of the worst theme ideas of all time. Avatar was too. Avatars have held better than Godfather. So have Elton's. Look, Elton and Avatars did not plummet in value. They didn't plummet. Elton's held the strongest. The thing is, the Godfather losses are just the worst. Like Godfather CE, you lost $7,000 on. If you actually want to move a Godfather CE, you're looking at 8. I love the John Wick fanboys. Chris is the biggest of them all. Wick is very underrated. Gotta keep it underrated. John Wick is just something nobody wants. I'm glad. I don't want it. They never got over the gun gate. They literally never. I mean, I think Wick might have been the worst launch ever. No, what Stern doesn't get is nostalgia is where it's at. Nostalgia is where it's at, and they've nothing nostalgic. Transformers will be. I don't know. I think a 5K Wick Pro is still $1,000 overpriced. The thing about it is this. I always say this, is that I don't care how much you give me off on something I don't want. Right? If a pinball machine was a prostitute and you don't want to sleep with that woman, let's say her rate's $100 and you're not attracted to her. She's like, I'll sleep with you for 50. Would you sleep with her? No. I don't want to sleep with any bad pinball machine. I don't want to sleep with. I don't want to buy any pinball machine I don't want at any price. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even buy a John Wick Pro for $1,000 because I don't want it. Yeah, I could buy it for 1,000. So yeah, yes, I know what you're saying. You could flip it, but I'm just saying I don't want it. Like if someone pulled up to my house right now and was like $1,000 for this John Wick Pro, I'm like, I don't want it. I just don't want it at any price. In your mind, every pin needs to increase in value. Otherwise, no, that's not what I'm saying. Perfect day. But what I'm saying, perfect day is in my mind, a pinball machine should not depreciate in the first 6 months like they are now. Does a Rolex depreciate by 30% the moment you buy it? I see these more like Rolexes and less like cars. To your point, these are luxury items. Yeah, if I bought Brenda, I don't know, a Cartier bracelet, right? If I spent $15,000 on a Cartier bracelet, it's not losing 30% of its value in like 6 months. In fact, it'll just hold. It'll go down a little bit because it's used, but just a little bit. And that's what pinball used to be, bro. I know you've only been in it 2 years, but bro, we used to lose just $200 to $500 in a year on a game. $500 at most. Now it's $5,000, bro. You have to understand the difference. That losing $7,000 on a, like, literally, you can almost lose $6,000 on a modern Stern LE. That is the most amount of depreciation in the history of pinball. James Bond's 60th is the biggest loss people have ever had. It was over $10,000. So you're like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just don't get it, bro. Why can't I compare this to Rolex? Why? A lot of Rolexes lose money. Which Rolexes lose money? Omegas lose like 40% immediately. That's not a Rolex. No Rolex loses 49% immediately. Name me a Rolex that loses 20% the moment you buy it. I'll wait while you guys go find that one for me. Yeah, like this Omega, I think it was like 9. Yeah, I could probably easily get it for, I don't know, 6 or something. I didn't know that. When I got into watches or bought these, I should have gone on Watch Recon and just grab one. Yeah, because it doesn't care. Fancy dress gold ones lose a ton. Yeah, but you know who buys those, JC? Just super loaded people that don't care. Yeah, the whole point is, Emergence just said it best. The whole point is, if it is so easy to find the pin you want for so much less money in just a few months, why wouldn't you wait? Anyway, look, it's not my look. Gang, here's the deal. Do you not find entertainment in talking about this side of the hobby? I mean, everyone else does the opposite, man. They all talk about how much they love their King Kong. Go listen to those guys. I mean, it's like snooze fest content. You know that. That's why you're here. That's why we had the most subscribers. Let's see. Perfect Day. Are you a Kaneda Club member? Are you a Kaneda Club member, my man? You're not. Why not? Why not? Sign up, bro. Are you going to sign up today? We're going to put you on the spot. Dude, it's $5 a month. It's $5 a month. You'll look into it? No. Hold on. You're signing up right now. Let's do this. Let's force him to sign up. Here we go. You sign up, bro. And I'm going to give you the biggest shout out on the next show. All right? Sign up. Join the party. Look, he's signing up now. Let's do it, guys. Number one show. And look, gang, you know this. You're gonna get 3 podcasts a week. And look, we go around the horn. We talk about all the different topics. And also, perfect day. What you're gonna love about joining Kaneda Club is the Patreon chat, bro. Chris L's in there every day talking about how good John Wick is. We ignore him every day. Every day. He's still talking about it. But it's a really fun community. You know, look, we all have fun here. This is what makes the hobby amazing. It's the people, it's hanging out, it's having a good time. You know, we debate these games. Right now we're in a little bit of a lull. We're waiting for those Beetlejuices to make their way out the door in January. It's going to get real exciting when Beetlejuices start landing. And then we're going to get, I don't think Winchester until March. I'm just playing off of what they said about when the last Dune orders will be fulfilled. Yeah, pay $10 and it will never. That's the one thing that never loses value. Kaneda's Pinball Podcast Patreon. Like, trust me. I think Rolex and Stern are absolutely comparable. Oh man, you bought a Predator. Well, you know, Bond constantly hating on JJP it's just part of like it's at the point now where it's an entertaining evergreen distraction that nobody really pays attention to anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's still hating on Elton John. We're like so far beyond this. And Harry Potter is a great game. And Bond just can't admit it. See, whenever you get a level of prejudice where nobody can do any good, then you really become one-dimensional. And you know, it's still fun having Bond there, but JJP made a great game in Harry Potter. But he's got his bone to pick, and he can come pick it with the community every day. All right, everybody, look. Oh, Sean, is this you? Sean, did you just join? Is that you? Mr. Perfect Day. Is that you, Sean? Everybody, have a wonderful Saturday. Life is very short. All of us should be very happy we're above ground. I'm going to do this week my top like Kaneda Kudos Awards podcast, where I might do it as a Patreon live. I think it'll be more fun for me to open up envelopes and announce who the winners are for each category. Let's do that. That'll be more fun. So, awesome, brother. Happy to have you guys, man. So what's fun is I'll do a Facebook live. I'll do a Patreon live of Kaneda's best of 2025. We'll go over all the different categories, and I will announce who I give my Kaneda kudos to. It's been a great year. Lots of amazing stuff is going to be happening. Yep, Mike, you got it. 2026 is going to be fun, man. And I encourage each and every one of you to just be patient. Look, join my show. Move when I tell you to move fast. You know, when I tell you to get a Beetlejuice spot, those of you who listen, everything else, you don't need to move fast. Just wait it out. Wait it out. Pokemon's not going to do what people think. It is not going to do what people think. It was different. Like you might not have heard of Rick and Morty, but when like Rick and Morty's adult, Pokemon's for like kids, and you guys didn't. Most of you have no connection to Pokemon whatsoever. None. It's so funny to me. I think it's going to be such a rude awakening launch. And we're going to get it in just like 2 weeks. Literally. CES is Tuesday, January 6th. Everybody, be good. Love you. Thank you for being a club member. Thank you for the new guys who just signed up. You guys will get nice shout outs on the show. Mr. Franchi, thank you for all you do. Be kind. Be kind to each other, and be kind to people in the world. The world's a crazy place. Did anyone watch? I was so happy to see Jake Paul get his ass kicked last night. I was so happy that his jaw got broken in on each side because what a clown, what an idiot. He's a fraud. He's fake. He's not a real boxer. And he stepped into the ring with a real boxer. And unlike the Tyson fight in which he paid Mike Tyson not to hit him. And look, Joshua could have ended that fight in 30 seconds. He waited to the 5th round. And look what happened actually when he started letting his hands go, broke his jaw on each side. I loved watching it happen. He'll never box again, Hector. Because this is the thing is like all of his hubris is over. Like, unless he, no one's going to pay to see, because he looked like an idiot yesterday. He was running around like a baby. Couldn't even he kept falling over like a child too the whole time. We're gonna talk. He didn't last 6 rounds. The guy didn't start fighting until the 5th round, and he got knocked out in the 5th round. There's a difference between lasting and the guy's not even fighting you yet. It's like when Conor McGregor fought Mayweather. Do you remember that fight? Dude, Mayweather was just keeping him in it. There was a moment like in the 1st or 2nd round where Mayweather hits him with an uppercut and then holds on to Conor to keep Conor from getting knocked out or falling down because that wasn't in the script. The real boxers will destroy any fake boxer that gets into the ring with them. Dude, Jake's got no talent. Everybody, be good. We'll talk to you later.